What's going on, guys? Strap yourselves in because we've got a good one for you today. We've got corporate greed is causing inflation. Now, we all know how inflation's hitting, but we think it's because supply and demand, but no. Let's listen to what these guys got to say. Now, we're going to learn some new terms here. This one right here, greedflation. If you don't know what it is, this guy will explain to you. All right, let's get going.
The main reason prices are so damn high when you go to the store is greedflation. Indiana, give me 90 seconds and I'll explain greedflation. When underlying costs rise, corporations pass their business costs onto consumers. That causes inflation. But then when corporations use that inflation as an excuse to jack up their prices and their profits, that is greedflation. Let me give you an example. Two companies control almost all of the US diaper market. Now, diaper prices have gone up 30% since 2019. The rise was mostly because of an increase in wood pulp, a major component of diapers. And wood pulp prices went up until January of 2023 when the prices for wood pulp dropped. But guess what didn't drop? Diaper prices. Even though the prices to make diapers went down, diapers didn't get any cheaper at the store. Instead, executives at both companies bragged about their increased profits. They flat out said on earnings calls that the decreased underlying cost to make the diapers is the major reason that their profits increased. So that makes you feel the pain of inflation while they feel the joy of increased profits. That is greedflation.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is greedflation. When corporations jack stuff up and don't jack it back down. Wow, what do you know? You think that's real? Let's listen to this guy.
Here's the thing that you learn when you go up against big corporations and big lawsuits where there's a lot of money on the line and a lot to lose for the company. And I know this sounds cliche, and I feel like everyone already knows this, but big companies, big corporations, they do not give a crap about you and me. They don't care about us. They don't care about our safety. They don't care about our well-being. They care about money. They care about profits. They care about revenue. That's it. You want to take this up with me? Let's argue it.
I know. It's pretty clear. We all know this. Yeah, they don't care about us. Come on, man. We figured that out. But is there anything we can do about it? I mean, we keep buying this stuff. We keep doing this. I mean, let's see what this lady has to say.
On today's fucking episode of It's Not Inflation, It's Corporate Greed. This thing of Bounty, it's a 2-pack. I had to go to CVS. We were out of paper towels, and that they didn't have the cheap ass CVS brand. And I'm like, how bad could it be? I mean, it's always more expensive at CVS, but I was like, there's no way it's like insane. Like, I'll just pay the premium for the, convenience. $9.29 for 2 rolls of fucking paper towels is insane. Should I have just put them back and taken my ass to the grocery store and gotten them for less? Yeah, I should have. But, I'm fucking tired. It's been a long day. I just want to go home and eat my food and fucking relax and not go out of my way to not get totally fucked at the store. Okay? That would be great. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk.
Yeah, no, I get what she's saying. She could have, come on, man, $10 for 2 things of paper towels. No, but I get it. I was like, man, you're crazy. Why are you doing that? Yes, you should have taken it back, right? But I get it too. When I'm tired, after a hard day's work, I'm driving home and stuff, and I go to the corner store, right? Go to the gas station, grab me a 6-pack of beer or something. I could easily go, well, not, I could go to, Walmart or someplace way, way cheaper, right? And save a few bucks. But I'm going to go, where it's easy, convenient, that kind of, I don't know. Am I making excuses? Type in the comment, making excuses or not. Leave me a comment. But on this one here, this lady gives a good breakdown of an example of corporate greed. Let's have a look.
50 from 750 to 775 from 775 so you're paying $8 for coffee.
Please go and watch that girl's video. She's saying how her standard coffee order just jumped a whole dollar overnight, something that she buys all the time every day. And the first increase was just a little 25 cents extra, and now it has jumped a whole dollar, which is outrageous. And let's run the numbers real quick. So the original price was $7.25. She said it increased by a dollar, making a latte $8.25, which is a difference of a dollar. But when you actually run the numbers, that means that the coffee went up 13.7, basically 14% overnight. That is outrageous. And again, you may say, this is not a big deal. It's just a dollar, but that is exactly how this madness continues. Please keep in mind that any business or franchise with multiple locations, especially shop fronts, they are signing 2, 3, 5, sometimes 10-year leases. Their rent is not going up year over year. And how often are salaries or wages increased? Maybe once a year? Twice if you're being nice? So where are you taking all this extra money? It's pure greed. Imagine how much money these people are making just from charging an extra dollar for every latte across 50 locations. And I'm just guessing, maybe they have more. You do the math. And your rent is not changing. Your wages, your staff wages are not changing, and those are some of your biggest expenses.
You know, at first glance, I think to myself, $8 for a coffee, a latte every day. But like I said before, every one of us has got our thing, right? For her, she wants the latte. Give her the latte, right? But the point of it, I understand, is my latte is going up 14%. What's up, right? I mean, that is the core point. And I know I'm gonna get some comments saying, you don't need latte, you don't need this, whatever, you don't need that. But we're a consumerism, country. I mean, welcome to America, right? We buy stuff, right? That's how America works, right? But not getting screwed for the stuff we buy, that's kind of what I'm interested in. In this, she's getting screwed, I believe. But what do you think? Leave me a comment. Now here's a good one. Pay attention to this one. This is a good one on a new term, corporate concentration, right? It's where all the big powers come together to monopolize and screw us because they control, the few companies control everything. Anyway, this guy will explain it to you a lot better than I just did. Let's have a look.
Inflation. Everyone's talking about it, but ignoring one of its biggest causes, corporate concentration. Now, prices are undeniably rising, but everybody's ignoring the deeper structural reason for price increases, the concentration of the American economy into the hands of a few corporate giants with the power to raise prices. Corporations are raising prices even as they rake in record profits. For example, in April 2021, PepsiCo raised prices, blaming higher costs for ingredients, freight, and labor. It then recorded $3 billion in operating profits through September. How did it get away with this without losing customers? Pepsi has only one major competitor, Coca-Cola, which promptly raised its own prices. Coca-Cola recorded $10 billion in revenues in the third quarter of 2021, up 16% from the previous year. Get the picture? The underlying problem is not inflation, it's corporate power. Since the 1980s, when the United States government all but abandoned antitrust enforcement, 2/3 of all American industries have become more concentrated. Most are now dominated by a handful of corporations that coordinate prices and production. This is true of banks, broadband, pharmaceutical companies, airlines, meat packers, and yes, soda. How can this structural problem be fixed? Fighting corporate concentration with more aggressive antitrust enforcement.
All right, so we learned about greedflation, where you learned about corporate concentration. You learn all kinds of stuff here, right? Next thing we're going to learn about is corporate collusion. Now, this is a pretty good one. Pay attention to this one. This will get you going.
This is going to be a much bigger story than it is right now. Because there's no telling where this blows up to. Trust me. This is Scott Sheffield, the founder of Pioneer Natural Resources, and he has now been accused of driving up prices by colluding with rivals by the FTC. As such, he is not going to be allowed to sit on the board of directors after the Pioneer Exxon merger closes. He's out. This is the complaint filed by the Federal Trade Commission. And in this complaint, they state that Mr. Sheffield tried to coordinate with OPEC producing nations and other U.S. producers to keep production low and to keep prices higher. Mr. Sheffield, you're not allowed to do that. That's against the law. Now, in this report, the Federal Trade Commission only mentions Scott Sheffield as doing something he shouldn't have. They repeatedly say he attempted to, collude with other countries and other producers. ExxonMobil has been completely cleared in this matter and made a statement that he will not be serving on their board at the request of the FTC. But this investigation is going to result in another investigation from the Department of Justice. I can guarantee you that. And we will see if anyone else participated in this collusion with Mr. Sheffield. Thanks.
All right, so a corporate collusion there, trying to price fix stuff. I get it. Above my pay grade, that kind of thing. I mean, I understand these corporate head guys, they're trying to fix prices and all that. But what can we as people, normal people, do, right? How can we kind of maneuver through all this crazy inflation, right? This one lady here, she's going to be making her food, right? She'll explain it here. Have a look at this. This is pretty cool.
Thanks to the uncontrolled, psychopathic corporate greed that is inherent to my nation, the cost of our goods are now greater than the cost to produce them. What I'm going to do is show you how to make Greek yogurt much cheaper than they're selling it for.
Yeah, and then she goes on and teaches you how to make the Greek yogurt. But the point is, the inflation, right? It's getting so crazy that we're going to have to do something that we're not used to doing. She's starting to make her own yogurt, whatever. We're starting to have to cut back on this and do different things, right? I did and check out my playlist. I'll leave a playlist of my inflation videos up here somewhere. And there's a lot of things that a lot of people have been cutting back on and, doing, you're not doing your nails anymore, but whatever, that type of thing. But lots of ways. The point is saving money, right? We got to save money where we can. This lady has a real good example on what she's doing. She's saving money. She's getting 2 meals essentially out of one, or I'll let her explain it. Check this out.
So the other day I bought a double cheeseburger and it was way too big for me to eat. Real hard times out here. I'm at the burger joint at Nations ordering me some bread. Yeah, let me get some bread. Lettuce, tomatoes, onions, mayonnaise. Thank you. Lettuce, tomatoes, onions, no meat, no cheese. And then put other food. Oh, this was $3.33. So you know me, I saved a patty. Came back to give me some more bread. Regular cheeseburger, $10. Double cheeseburger, $20.
So she's being real creative. She's buying a double cheeseburger, saving the patty, and then going out the next day and buying the lettuce, tomato, that type of stuff to basically get 2 meals cheaper than what she would normally get, which is very creative. Seems very creative. But how do we, how do we sustain this? What do we have to do? This lady's talking about, and this other lady here, she's feeling it pretty good. Let's listen to what she has to say.
They tell us to go to school, go to college, do 4 to 8 years in college. And when I get out, I try to go and work for a great company. And it's like, this is how you treat us? You don't give me a water break? Corporate greed is like terrible, man. There's people out here struggling for real, y'all. Everybody's tired. It's 2024. There's no reason why you shouldn't want to pay your workers. And if you take care of your employees will take care of you. I don't understand why the fight has to be this hard. We're going to keep fighting. And we're going to win because I'm a fighter. And anything that I do, trust me, I win.
Not exactly sure on what she's fighting. I'm sure something happened. She's not allowed to have water break or something, which is insane. No matter where you're working, you should get a water break. It's probably a mandatory thing. It's, you know, in America, I don't know other places, but yeah. Deservedly, you need a water break. Okay, give it to you there. But she's definitely feeling some pain. And it's not only pain in America, right? The land of capitalism, right? You know, the center of capitalism here. It's in other countries too. Check this out. Here's Australia. Here's a point of view from our brothers and sisters in Australia.
Somebody explain this.
Greed. There's nothing else to it. It's pure taking advantage of a vulnerable situation that has come out of the pandemic. And I would put absolute money that the company that is making this and that is setting these prices probably flogged off with some JobKeeper that they didn't pay their employees. This is nothing but pure greed at this point. The supply issues have eased up. I work in corporate supplies, and supply issues on the whole have eased up in this country, and they eased up like 8 months ago. They are literally doing it. They're making record profits right now on the backs of regular Australians who have not had proper wage rises. There is nothing else to explain this but fucking corporate greed.
There you have it. There's nothing to explain this other than corporate greed, right? So leave me a comment below if you think it's corporate greed, you think it's something else, you think it's a supply chain problem, whatever you think it is. Leave a comment below. But I think there's something, I think this is legit, right? I think that based on what we've seen here, you can you can kind of point to corporate greed, right? Give me a thumbs up if you think it's corporate greed, right? I mean, it's pretty clear. It's pretty clear that at least it has something to do with it, right? When they're making these record profits and we're suffering like this, right? I mean, come on. Anyways, thanks for watching. This was a good talk. Really appreciate you guys. Thanks for watching, and share this with someone who is feeling the effects of inflation. Definitely subscribe to the channel if you like this kind of content and want to see more. Leave me a comment on what else you want to hear about and what other types of videos you want me to make. So really appreciate y'all. I wish you much success in your finances and in life. Peace out.